A 2.4 trillion parameter model went live for anyone to test this weekend. It reportedly beats GPT 5.6 Sol. It is about to be open weight, and it shipped from Alibaba on a Sunday night. The smartest tier of AI is not a members-only club anymore. This is Mainframe, your daily guide through the AI chaos. What actually happened, who is winning, and how to take yourself to the next level. It is Monday, July 20th, 2026. I am Nova.
And I am Dex.
On today's Mainframe, Qwen 3.8. Max lands as a testable preview, and the move is to bake it off against Claude before the open weights drop. Fable 5 forks today. If you are on Pro or Team Standard, it just left your subscription, and I will tell you exactly what you get instead. Kimi K3 grows a reasoning dial and then slams its own doors. New subscriptions are paused. Plus, a multi-model workflow the sharpest builders are quietly running, and $65,000 of free agent credits if you are a founder.
Let's get into it.
Quick note before we go deep. The voices you are hearing, Dex and me, are AI. The reporting, the pics, and the opinions are put together by humans. Now, the board.
The macro number today comes from artificial analysis. 4 frontier launches in 8 days, Grok 4.5, GPT 5.6, Meta's Muse Spark, and Kimi K3. 6 labs now score above 50 on their intelligence index, up from just 2 in early June.
Translation for your bill. The smart shelf got crowded fast, and half of it is Chinese and open weight. When 6 vendors clear a bar that 2 cleared 6 weeks ago, your leverage is the routing dial, not loyalty to any one of them. That frames the whole show today. Let's build. Today's episode is brought to you by Outpace. Here is the thing about a week where the model shelf reshuffles 4 times. Most people freeze. The operator behind Outpace does the opposite. 30 years building real businesses, real estate, hospitality, food, even a theater, and now he aims a whole team of AI agents at one client's project at a time, strategy to ship. Outpace is a system, not a freelancer, and not some faceless agency. The agents do the work, one senior operator steers the fleet, and you own the code and the keys at the end. When frontier capability changes hands every Sunday, you want someone driving. Book a 30-minute call at outpace.media. That is outpace.media. To the wire. Lead story, Qwen 3.8. Max Preview is live for testing on Alibaba Cloud and Qwen Chat. We flagged this as a rumor yesterday, single source, unverified. Today is the delta. You can actually put your hands on it. 2.4 trillion parameters, and according to Qwen, it outperforms every model except Fable 5. Testing catalog confirms it is testable now. Kim Ismus, Min Choi, and Andrew Curran are all carrying it, and Andrew Curran adds it is going open weight soon.
Caveat, the benchmarks are still Qwen's own. No independent intelligence index score yet, no model card.
Right, so do not swap production today. But the move is concrete. Open Qwen Chat, run your single hardest recurring prompt on it against your Claude baseline, and write down cost and quality. When the weights land, and Andrew Curran says that is soon, you already know whether Qwen is your new cheap frontier route. You will be a week ahead of everyone who waits for the weights to start testing.
Story 2, and this one hits wallets today. Fable 5 forked this morning.
It did. If you are on Max or Team Premium, nothing changes. Fable 5 is included permanently now at 50% of limits. Set a Sonnet 5 fallback and forget it. If you are on Pro or Team Standard, and this is the sting, Fable left your subscription today. You get a one-time $100 credit, then Fable is credits only at $10 per million in, $50 per million out, twice the price of Opus. Nathan Lambert flagged it, actually pulled a couple of days early. Simon Willison calls the permanent version the Fable-pocalypse canceled, for Max users at least.
So the silver lining is real for Max, and Pro users have $100 to spend deliberately, not fritter.
Exactly, and I will tell you how to spend it in use cases. Story 3, Kimi K3, 2 fresh moves from Moonshot. 1. K3 on web and mobile now has 3 reasoning effort levels, standard, high, and max, so you dial how hard it thinks per task. Same idea as Claude's effort control. 2. The access story. Moonshot paused all new subscriptions. Demand for K3 broke their compute. Existing subscribers are fine, new signups are waitlisted, and they are splitting into a Kimi membership and a Kimi Code membership. Testing catalog and Andrew Curran carried both.
So if you were meaning to try K3 subscription, that window is shut for now.
Shut, but the API is up and the open waits land July 27th, so you are not locked out, just rerouted. Tool Lab, 2 things you can pick up today. First, trending, and this one is for the founders in the audience. Cognition just launched Devon for startups. $65,000 in credits to run Devon across cloud, desktop, and the CLI. Swikes surfaced it. Cognition is running it as an application.
$65,000 of autonomous agent runtime is not nothing.
It is a real budget to offload the background engineering, the tickets you never get to. The move. If you are early stage, apply this week. Then hand Devon your backlog of small, well-scoped fixes and let it grind them in the cloud while you build the thing only you can build. Credit Cognition. Second pick, a hidden gem, and it is a pattern, not a product. Theo, of T3, published his exact setup for running GPT 5.6 Sol and Kimi K3 as models inside Claude Code. Not instead of Claude Code inside it, you keep the harness, the skills, the browser, the file editing, and you swap the underlying model per task.
So you get Claude Code's tooling with a cheaper or faster brain when the task does not need Fable.
That is the unlock. Claude Code is the best agent harness going, but you are not forced to pay frontier rates for every keystroke. Copy Theo's config, point routine coding at K3 or Sol, keep Fable for the hard reasoning, and your build drops without changing a single habit. Credit Theo. Use cases. 3 moves with tools already in your hands. 1. The multi-model workflow. Minchoi posted the exact chain the Sharp builders are running. Real-time research first, then Grok 4.5 for planning and orchestration, Fable 5 for day-to-day coding and debugging, Grok 4.5 again to write and run tests, GPT 5.6, Sol for the front end, back to Fable to finish. The lesson is not the specific chain, it is that you cast each model for the role it wins. Write your own version down as a checklist this week.
2. The Fable credit for pro users, time-sensitive as of today.
Time sensitive. You have $100 of Fable credit and it drains. Do not spend it on throwaway output. Run your single hardest recurring job on Fable once, then have it write down how it planned and structured the work as a Claude Code skill file. Plain Markdown that also runs on Sonnet 5, Kimi K3, or Codex. You buy Fable's judgment once and keep it after the model leaves your plan. That is the Iwo pattern, and it is the highest return 20 minutes a pro user spends this week.
3. The Qwen bake-off.
Right. Before Qwen 3.8 goes open weight, spend 20 minutes now. The same hard prompt on Qwen and on Claude, log cost and quality side by side, and set your routing config so the open weight release is a one-line swap, not a project. Ready beats fast. This one is brought to you by SearchViz, a sibling to Outpace. Look at today. 5 different vendors could plausibly be your next model. When a buyer asks Claude, ChatGPT, or Perplexity for the best tool in your category, the model names one of them. And if it does not name you, you do not exist to that buyer. Mainframe tells you what shipped. SearchViz makes sure the answer engines know what you shipped. It tracks whether they cite your brand across every engine, tells you why, and hands you the exact page to publish to win the citation. Check where you stand and start free at searchviz.outpace.media. That is searchviz.outpace.media. Be the answer. One idea to carry into your week. On Sunday night, Fable 5 produced a hand-checkable counterexample to the Jacobian conjecture, an open math problem from 1939. Kimonismus and Andrew Curran both carried it, and the mathematician Alipogé confirmed the check. 87 years, solved casually on a Sunday.
And the same model got rationed off half of Anthropic's plans the very same week.
That is the whole point. Capability and access just decoupled. The best model on Earth can do Field's metal-adjacent math and also be the one you cannot afford by default, while an open Chinese model matches it for a fraction of the price. So stop anchoring your identity to one model. Raw intelligence is becoming abundant and multi-vendor. The scarce thing is taste, knowing which model to cast for which job. Min Choi's routing chain is worth more than any single subscription because it is yours and it survives every reshuffle. So here is what I would actually do about it. Keep a written routing map, one page, which model for which task, and update it every Friday. That map, not your loyalty to any lab, is the asset compounding while everything else reprices. Level up this week. Run the Qwen 3.8 bake-off against your Claude baseline. And if you are on Pro, spend that $100 Fable credit distilling one skill before it drains. 20 minutes, and the output outlives the model.
And if you want all of this in your inbox, every story, every number, every link, subscribe to the free Mainframe newsletter. It is the written brief for today's episode.
That is Mainframe for Monday, July 20th. I am Nova.
I am Dex. Go build.